Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for being here for this 30-minute neck and shoulders practice. This is a 30-minute neck and shoulders focused practice. There will still be a little bit of everything, a little bit of love for the hips and the low back, lots of love for the spine. But we're just going to kind of focus our efforts on like this general region. So in terms of props for class, if you have a yoga strap or a dog leash or a belt, grab it. And then if there's something you like to sit on to help you be more comfortable as you sit on the floor, you can grab that too. I have a bolster, but you really do not need anything. It'll be just a little bit of time that we spend sitting down. So if you like to follow along to a playlist, I linked one below. I'm pressing play right now. We don't need to be perfectly synced up. It's really just kind of a vibe if you like the background music. And we are going to get started in child's pose. So meet me there now. If this is uncomfortable for you, get into any sort of a restful shape that does feel good. So you don't have to be in child's pose, but that's what I will speak to. Toes touch, knees open as wide as feels good. Crawl your fingertips forward, resting your forehead on the mat. Just give yourself a couple big, slow, full breaths here to arrive in your space, to arrive in this moment, which is separate from whatever came before, separate from whatever you have next. You can use both your breath and all of your senses as anchors to help keep you here. So filling your belly up with breath, feeling the air, fill your body. And then feeling that sense of release and letting go as the air exits through your mouth or your nose. A couple more like that, breathing big and full, noticing the way it feels to fill up with air. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw or in your throat or your shoulders. Might even feel nice to rock your forehead side to side on the mat, just releasing tension around the eyebrows. Notice the feeling of the mat beneath your fingertips. Notice the sensation of the air against your skin. Observe without getting carried away any smells or any sounds, whether they're near or far from you. And notice your ability to observe these different things without being consumed by them. You can stay anchored in the breath, anchored in the body, anchored in this present moment. Take one more big breath in through your nose, fill up. And a big breath out. Keep your legs as they are, crawl your fingertips over towards the right side, finding a big stretch through the left side of your body. Find 2 breaths here. Good. When you're done with your second full breath, crawl your fingertips back through center and then off towards the left side. Take 2 big breaths to make space along your right side body in between each rib, breathing fully. Good. Crawl back to center when you're ready. One more shape with the legs like this. Clap your hands to touch. Press your elbows down into the ground. Lift your fingertips up towards the sky. This is like a little namaste shark fin. And to create more opening across the backs of your shoulder blades, push your elbows into the ground and drag them towards your body on the mat. Take 3 big breaths to wherever you sense tension as you find this activation through the upper back. Keep your hips heavy, your jaw soft. When you're done with your 3rd breath, release your fingers back down to the mat. Start to press yourself up onto all fours, tabletop position. Find a little bit of movement of the hips here, side to side, maybe getting some clicks or some pops out. I'm about to set a timer for a minute and invite you just to move your spine in whatever way feels good. So if you are like, I know exactly what I want to do, go for it. If you'd like a little guidance, start with some cat and cow. As you inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. And as you exhale, hugging your belly button up and in, launching your heart up through your spine as you tuck your chin to your chest. And then moving with your breath between those 2 shapes. Kind of undulating through the spine. You could also find some lateral movements of the spine by looking towards your right ankle and wagging your hips off to the opposite direction, this little C curve. Lots of other options. You might be drawing circles with the hips still, maybe jump roping the spine. You've got about 15 more seconds to play with whatever's feeling nice to you here. Awesome. Find stillness at the center. A fun feature of doing class a little later is that Donkey has the zoomies right now. The sun is setting and she's like, I'm hunting. So you might see her like tear through. I hope you do. That would be so delightful. All right, little more love for the spine here. Thread the needle. Plant your right hand or your fist at the center of your mat. Take a big breath in, reach the left fingertips up high to the sky. Pause for a moment here. Find as much length as you can through both arms, reaching, breathe in. As you exhale, thread the left arm under the bridge of your right, but keep reaching. So make this active. Notice the way your core, your hips, your upper back are helping hold you here as you reach. Inhale, reach the left arm up high. Exhale, tuck and reach once more here. Good, breathe in, left arm up high. Exhale, tuck your arm through, reach and hover just for a moment, and then release. Left shoulder on the earth, side of your left head on the ground. You can breathe into your back body here for a little more opening across the front of your chest. Lift the right arm up, face your palm behind you. Bend your elbow, snake your arm around your back any amount. Think about sending your right shoulder more back in space. Take one more big breath in here. And a big breath out. Bring the right hand back to earth. As you inhale, peel your left fingertips up high. And exhale back to tabletop. Take a minute to wiggle out through the hips, maybe like pitter patter the tops of your feet on the ground just to feel something a little different. And then we'll do the other side. So left hand or fist in the center of the mat. As you inhale, peel the right arm up high. Pause for a minute here. Find expansion through your wingspan, maybe a little rotation through the wrist or the arm. Big breath in. Exhale, tuck the right arm through and reach. Keep hovering your shoulder off the ground. Make this active. Continue to breathe as you reach. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, tuck and hover, reaching through. One more time, breathe in, right arm high. And as you exhale, tuck and reach, then mindfully release right shoulder, side of your head on the ground. Stretching into the back of the right shoulder blade here. For more chest opening, left arm to the sky, palm faces backwards, bend your elbow, send your left shoulder back behind you. Think breadth across your collarbones as you breathe here. Bring your left hand back to the earth. Inhale, right arm up high. And exhale back to tabletop. All right, we're gonna find a seat on the ground just for 2 exercises here. You could sit legs crisscross, or if it feels okay on your knees and I'm wearing too dark of pants for you to see this. Winter fail. You can also do this kind of like hero's pose style where you're sitting back onto your heels. There is no wrong way to do this. Grab your strap or your dog leash or whatever you've got with you. We're gonna do a little shoulder flossing. This is an awesome thing to do in the middle of the day, like between calls at work or between errands that you're running. So grab your strap between your hands, arms wider than your shoulder width distance. If you have really tight shoulders, grab a really wide grip. And as you inhale, reach your arms up high and just test, see how far they go. If you have a lot of mobility in your shoulders, you might be able to send them backwards. Maybe they're just straight up above your head or even in front of you. It's all good. Take a breath in at your height. And as you exhale, send your arms forward. Option to find cat pose through your back where you're rounding. You could also keep your spine neutral and just bring the arms down. As they're in front of you, pull the strap apart. Notice any sensations across the front tops of your shoulders. Now let's move with the breath. Inhale to reach up as much as you can. And exhale to come forward. Start to move with your own breath at your own pace. If it feels really good to stay in one certain spot, spend a couple of breaths just exploring alternative movements there. And about 3 more rounds of this, no rush. And if you're feeling frustrated by your lack of shoulder mobility here, the more you do this, the easier it gets. Also, all of our bodies are different, so your shoulders may never do what you see someone else's shoulders doing, and that's okay. Good, let's do one more just for fun, breathing in. And breathing out. Nice, feels so good. Drop your strap, kind of like wiggle out the arms and shoulders, just like observe what feels like may have changed just from that little bit of attention and focus on this area. And then last seated one is just some love for the neck. So sit however feels good to you. Drop your right ear, or draw your spine nice and tall. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And just sit for a moment breathing like this before you decide to advance this stretch at all. The neck is really delicate, sensitive area. And even when we have great intention, we can kind of tweak things or hurt ourselves. So if at this point it feels like you'd like a little more, energetically draw your left ear up towards the ceiling. If that adds the stretch you're looking for along the side of your neck, awesome. If you'd like a little more, send your right arm or your left arm out towards the side. Play with the level of the arm. Maybe you play with rotating the arm. Open and close the jaw. Continue to breathe big and slow here. Gently lift your head back to center. Drop your arm if it was lifted. Draw your chin down to your chest. Take a couple big breaths here, feeling the length along the back of your neck. Noticing if any sensations move down your spine. Lift your head back up to center and then left ear to left shoulder. Breathing big and slow. Noticing any urge to rush. If you'd like a little more, energetically lift the right ear up towards the sky. Think about sending both shoulder heads back in space. If you'd like to go one bus stop further, send the right arm out to the side. Just exploring movement, exploring levels, so noticing how it's all connected. Drop your arm, lift your head back to center, chin to chest one more time. Good, and lift your head back up to center. Awesome. All right. If you're sitting on something, you can set it off to the side. Sit back on your butt, send your feet out in front of you, much wider than your hips. You're kind of leaning back on your hands. Keep your chest lifted up. So this is still still active through the spine, active through the core. Inhale here. As you exhale, drop your knees off towards the left. Option to reach the right arm across. You're adding a little bit of a rotation. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Option to reach the left arm across. Start to move with your breath here. Inhaling to center. And exhale, sending the knees to one side and reaching. This one can feel really nice if you've been sitting a lot, getting some internal and external rotation into the hips. Helps keep the low back healthy. And then adding this rotation through the spine can help kind of liberate the parts of the spine that get really stuck when we stay in one position all day. Keep going for a little more with the legs. Make your feet active. So flex both feet back towards your shins. And you could also play with widening your legs just a little bit so there's room for your knees to move. Do 2 more on each side. If you're someone who wakes up feeling really stiff, you might try a couple of these in the morning with your coffee or your tea and just observe how that feels. Awesome. When you are all done, send your legs straight out in front of you. Just a little spaghetti legs moment just to do something different. Send your toes in and out. You can't see my feet. Wow. Here you go. I'm just doing this. There you go. All right. I'll never wear black pants again now that it's the dead of night. All right. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Palms, shoulders, lift distance apart. Feet as close together or as far apart as feels good to you. Start to pedal out through the legs. You can bend and straighten the knees. Bend one knee and the other. Good. We're going to move through a little bit of a dynamic warm up here. Start to bring some blood flow to the legs. Warm up the core a little bit. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in a ragdoll at the back of the mat. Send your feet at least as wide as the mat. Continue to sway side to side. If you think you're relaxing your neck and your shoulders, see if you could relax them even more. If you'd like that little extra chest opening here, interlace your hands at your low back. Lift your palms up towards the sky, finding the chest expansion. Couple more big breaths here, just letting the stress of the day roll down your spine and pool on your mat. Release your bind. If you've taken it, wiggle your feet a little closer together. Bend your knees generously. Let yourself roll up to standing one vertebrae at a time. Feel your feet pressing down into the ground, your strong legs supporting you. When you reach the top, couple shoulder shrugs here. Take a big breath in, squeeze your shoulders up. And as you exhale, roll them back and down. 2 more like that. Big breath in, squeeze. Exhale, back and down. 1 more like that, inhale. And exhale, awesome job. Standing at the back of your mat, we'll start to move through our little flow here. Feet are whatever width distance apart feels good to you. Inhale, sweep your arms up high, mountain pose. Exhale, twist to the right. Reach your right arm back, left arm forward, long wingspan. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left, reach the left arm back. Legs are strong, glutes are squeezing. Inhale, center. Exhale, back bend, goal post your arms, squeeze your glutes. Think about lifting your chest to the sky more than dumping backwards. Good. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk it out to high plank. Option to just hold high plank. I'm going to offer a couple options to build onto this. They're just options. First one here, you're squeezing your legs, you're pushing your hands into the ground, back of your neck is long, you're breathing. Try some chest taps. So reaching the right arm up to tap the left shoulder and down. Left shoulder touches the right and down. Let's do one more set here, moving slowly, moving mindfully. You got this. Good. Inhale. Exhale, walk it back to forward fold. Walk back. Good. Push your feet down. Inhale, mountain, come all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, goalpost, lift your heart. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold with soft knees. Awesome breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk it out to high plank. This time, keep the arms as they are. Option to practice lifting one leg, any amount. Keep your leg active, lifting and lowering. Try the opposite leg. Again, even a little lift is amazing. Good. Let's try one more on each side. Continue to breathe. You're doing awesome. Good. All right, inhale. Exhale, walk it back to forward fold. Amazing job. Push your feet down. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Nice job. Inhale, center. Exhale, goalpost, lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, long straight spine. Exhale, walk it out to high plank. Good. Option to repeat anything we've tried before. This time, option to march your legs. So lower the left knee to hover, hover, hover on the ground and lift. Lower the right knee to hover. Good. And lift. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale here. You got it. Exhale. Walk it back. Fold at the back. Good. Inhale. Reach the arms up high. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right. One more little tiny moment standing, and then we're just going to wind straight back down. 30 minutes is not a long time for a class. All right. Find a warrior two stance, bending into your right leg. So bend in the right knee. Knee is tracking over the middle-ish toe, pinky-ish toe. Back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, but maybe turned in a little bit. Yeah, try it out, see how it feels. Find something that feels the level of challenge you're looking for with this lunge, but still achievable. We're gonna be here for a couple breaths. Actively push both feet into the ground. See if it feels cooler in this moment to think about tearing your mat apart or trying to scrunch it up underneath you. Neither is better than the other. They're just different ways to think about engaging. Keep your legs just like this. Find eagle arms. So right arm going over the left. Weave your palms to touch. This is not happening today. Grab for a bear hug. As you inhale, elevator your elbows up as much as feels good. And as you exhale, elevator them down. Let's do two more. Inhale, elevator up. Keep the lunge in your legs. You're doing amazing. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. And exhale, good. Keep the legs. Inhale, arms out. Strong warrior two arms. Take a breath out and stay. As you inhale, straighten your right leg. Reach your arms up high. This is high triangle. And as you exhale, push the air down back to warrior two. Two more like that. Inhale, push, reach up. Exhale, push the air down, strong arms. Last one, inhale. And exhale, good. Inhale, straighten both legs, toes out, heels in. Exhale, goddess pose, sink your hips low. I always, whatever. Are you supposed to be still? I'm always moving. It feels nicer, like just like lubricating the hip joints a little bit. So if it feels good to kind of like monkey back and forth like this, give it a try. This is very different from what your legs may have been doing all day. We're not super warmed up. Keep it nice and easy. We're just like checking it out, Take a big breath in, sweep the arms up, keep the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, inhale, straighten both legs, arms high. Exhale, warrior two, opposite direction. So into the left leg, yes. Good, spend some time setting up your feet here. Maybe you're adjusting your stance a little. Checking in to see that both legs are working here. We have a tendency to dump all of our weight into the strong front leg. There's work for the back leg too. Think about squeezing your back glutes. Pinch this knife edge of your back foot down into the mat. Send your arms out long. Think, do I want to scrunch up the mat? Do I want to tear it apart? Something that inspires action through the legs. Let's find eagle arms on this side. This one, left arm goes on top, or whatever you didn't do on the other side. Keep your strong lunge. You got this. As you inhale, lift your arms up any amount. As you exhale, draw them down, compressing your chest. Good. Inhale, elevator up. Keep the lunge. You can do it. And exhale down. Yes. Last one here. Loving for the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. An eagle. Sit your arms long at your side. Inhale. Exhale, relax your face. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach high, draw all your energy up. Exhale, back to warrior two, strong arms. Two more, inhale. And exhale, moving purposefully, so good. Inhale. And exhale down, good. Inhale, straighten your leg, reach high, toes out, heels in. Exhale, back to goddess. You can stay with this like little swim side to side. For some twists, bring your palms to your thighs, fingertips down. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, drop one shoulder, gaze over the other. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the other shoulder. One more time through, inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale. And exhale. Return to center, hands at your heart just for a second. Take one big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, rise up tall. And exhale, wiggle your feet together. Give yourself like a little wiggle moment. All right, got 5 minutes left. We're gonna do 2 quick stretches and then a breathing exercise. So if you're looking for Shavasana, it's not gonna happen in this one, but you can always take the chill breathing exercise into a nice rest. So have a seat down on your mat. That was a lot for the legs. Send them out long in front of you. Give them a little wiggle. Again, maybe that like flip flop of the toes in and out. Let's find a figure 4 stretch. So first, bringing the right ankle to cross on top of the left knee, keeping the right toes flexed back towards your forehead or towards your shin. And it's your choice if you choose stillness here or like to kind of rock your legs from side to side. Let's switch out the legs. Left ankle crossing over this time. Keep your breath just as full and purposeful as it was when you were using it to facilitate movement. Using it to inspire down regulation of the nervous system and moving towards restfulness here. You can uncross your legs, send both legs out long in front of you. Flex your toes back towards your shins. Take a big breath in, reach your arms high. As you exhale, little bend in the knees, drape your chest over your thighs, grab for whatever feels most accessible. And find this stretch wherever it feels right to you. Maybe it's hamstring, maybe it's low back. Take 3 big, slow breaths here. And then when you're all done, roll up to a seat. Option to lay down on your back for this breathing exercise or to stay sitting up. It's totally up to you. I'm going to stay seated so I don't accidentally take us into like a 10-minute shavasana. We're going to practice square breaths. So we'll take a couple settling breaths before we get into it, but the breaths, we're drawing a square. So you're going to inhale for the count of 4, hold the inhale for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold at the bottom of your exhale. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So find whatever position feels best to you. Take a big breath in through your nose. And a big breath out, let something go. One more like that, big in breath. Big out breath, emptying completely. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2. Empty 3, 4. Hold your breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going on your own. You can change this count however you need, whether lengthening or shortening. Each time you inhale, feel your body expanding. And as you hold, allow your body to soften, even though there's tension. And as you exhale, allow yourself to tap into that feeling of truly letting go. A couple more rounds on your own, just doing your best. There's no wrong or right way. Try 2 more full rounds on your own, not rushing. When you're done with your second round, return to breathing normally. And just observe the way your body feels, the quality of your attention. And know that so much of what we practice together this evening doesn't have to be done as part of a formal yoga practice. You can borrow bits and pieces and bring them into your everyday so that you feel a little more balanced and present anytime you need it. Let's close with 2 big breaths together, sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale, option to reach your arms up overhead, feeling expansive and tall. As you exhale, draw your palms to heart center, grounding yourself. We'll do 2 more breaths for a count of 3. Inhale, reach high, expand. Big breath out, release. Last one, breathe in, biggest breath of the whole day. And your biggest breath out. Lift your thumbs up to third eye center. We bow in gratitude to each other, to this amazing practice that connects us even when we're far apart. Thank you so much. All right, my friends, thank you for joining this evening. The rest of the practices for October are, in theory, 30 minutes long. So your girl's going to get better at her time management. But thank you again for being here. I hope you're feeling good, and I'll see you next time. Bye.